guys. This is GrannyKarma and welcome to my lab. Oops, no, it's not my lab, guys. It is actually my kitchen. Two ladies did 2-ingredient biscuit recipe. You guys really love that biscuit recipe, and I hope that this one benefits you as well as the biscuit recipe did. The one lady who did it, her channel is called Keeping Up with the Joneses. Man, did she make some beautiful biscuits, and she shared the process with you from beginning to end. And my one and only, my love, Lady T Sensations. I've known her for many years. She's a hardworking YouTuber. She works really hard. She has a loving family. Her mom does videos also. And man, she loved the videos. She even ate a couple of them on camera. Her mom's channel is called Come On In, I believe. They're a beautiful family. So I'll leave their links and you check them out. So let's get to these biscuits, okay? No, not biscuits, I'm sorry. Let's get to this bread. It reminds me of the biscuit recipe because it's so easy and so simple. And I'm not measuring this, but I'm just gonna start out with just like a couple of cups of self-rising flour, guys. Yes, our self-rising flour. And this particular flour here is Martha White. Now I've tried it with different flour, you know, white lily flour, Martha White, the Value brand, and you can basically use any flour that you want. But right now for this particular one, I'm going to be doing the Martha White. So I may add a little more flour as I go along. You guys know that I don't measure, but if you just watch the video and follow along, you will be able to keep up, okay? So now, here is where it comes in. The second ingredient, that's the first ingredient. The second ingredient is God's Greek yogurt. Guys, oh, this yogurt is delicious. Okay, like I said, I've tried different yogurts, and this is the one that I think is going to be it. You want your yogurt to be nice and thick. It's a beautiful blend, and the one that I'm using today is, it's got probiotics in it, no artificial flavors, and it's all taste and no tang. And that's what I was after. I didn't want that tang, because that tang kind of reminds me of sourdough bread. And I didn't want to make sourdough bread. I wanted to make just a basic bread. Wonderful with this one, guys, is honey vanilla. Oh, the house smells so wonderful, and you get a nice sweet bread taste. I think I'm going to put about 1 3/4 cups. Like I said, I'm not measuring. Sorry, guys, I'm not measuring. But, you know, sometimes things are not all measurements, okay? So we're just gonna mix it up, and it is blending and mixing up beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to be amazing. Now I'm gonna make it into like a dinner roll kind of a bread, and just keep mixing it. I love mixing breads and things with flour, with a fork. I love mixing with a fork. I don't know why, but it seems to help me get like air bubbles out, and if there's dry pieces of flour, it's going to help me get that out. So you can probably use a hand blender also, or a regular blender. Okay, so just put a little flour on your board, okay, and then just roll your bread mix out. So here, just roll it out on there, okay? And I'm gonna take a little flour and put it on my hands so that I can work with this, okay? Let it go there like that, okay? Now I can work with the dough, okay? Now, the reason I saw several people using this recipe, and I didn't know that it was really a recipe, guys, frankly, until I actually went on the internet. I thought about using yogurt because milk content and all of that in there. And so I went on the internet and I said, let me check and see if anybody's made this yet. And of course, like with most things, there are several people that have made it, and they made some beautiful, tasty bread. Oh, this is so light, guys. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And they made some beautiful bread. But what I didn't like, and I tried those other ones, I realized that what I was missing, I was like, what am I missing? I'm missing something. And it was the fat content, guys. There was no fat, really, content in those other ones. But if you look at this yogurt here, you're gonna see that you have about 35% total fat content in there. 2 ingredients, guys. You know, you're gonna save money. You know, the yogurt is not cheap, but it's not that expensive either, you know. When you compare the yogurt to, look how beautiful this came out. It's so nice, guys. So, so nice. Oh, it's so nice and light and fluffy. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this in 2. And, well, I don't have my knife here, but hey, this will work, right? I'm gonna cut it in half once more. Okay, so I have decided that I am going to try this particular session of bread making, 2 ingredient bread making, in a different way. Instead of just putting it into the grease skillet as I've done in the past, I decided to put it on parchment paper, let it sit for about an hour, only because I got busy. I meant to leave it for about 30 minutes. So it's been sitting for about an hour. And I'm going to put parchment paper in my skillet here. I'm still going to put butter on it, which I probably don't need to do since I'm using parchment paper, but I'm not going to put that much on here. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there. I'm going to just put them on the parchment paper. I don't know if this is going to make any difference or not, but I just thought I'd try a different technique and see if it works or how it worked. Okay, I think this is going to help me a great deal with the browning on the bottom, and we'll see. But they've set out at room temperature here, just covered with a cloth, a kitchen towel, for about an hour. As you can see, they're just on parchment paper. I did add a little butter on there, but we're gonna see how they come out different as opposed to just putting them in the skillet. So, oh, by the way, it's going into a 350-degree oven, and I'm gonna monitor every 15 minutes. Oh my, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. 40 minutes in 350-degree oven. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place it on this wire rack, and I'm just gonna let it cool down for a little bit, guys. Okay, let's take them out. They are gorgeous. Okay, look at that. Can you see that? How gorgeous that is? Smells wonderful. And you see how they darken more underneath? Okay, oops, hot. Mary, quite contrary. They got much darker underneath, but they're just darker underneath. I guess just the way it rolls, you know, how the bread is. I am very pleased with the way this looks. Very pleased. And I knew I had to do a second batch. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh my goodness. You can see the cracks in here. That indicates, you know, your bread is cooking properly and it's done. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? When are we going to get Smell-O-Vision, guys. This is your 2-ingredient bread, and I had to keep doing it until I got it the way that I wanted it. Now, I'm going to really know if I have it the way I want it once I cut into this, okay? But I'm going to let it cool for about about 5 minutes. Just a little bit before they cool all the way down, okay? Oh my goodness. I think I got the perfect combination for you guys now. I really do. Yes. Okay. I'm thinking it's cool enough for me to open up one of them. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer it off. They've cooled down. Still nice and warm. Okay. Let's open it up. It's still hot to my touch, but let's open it and see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The butter on it. Oh my goodness. Let's take a nice bite. This is it, guys. This is the recipe right here. I promise you. This is the recipe. Follow the steps that I gave you. Follow the steps, and you're going to get this delicious bread. I'm telling you, look at that. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I am so happy that I finally got it right. Oh my goodness. And I hope that you enjoy them for many, many years to come with your family. Bye-bye, guys. I love you. Love you to pieces. We can take all the mystery out of doing different recipes. Okay. About 2½ cups of Martha White self-rising flour, okay? About 1 3/4 cups of Greek yogurt. Now, you don't want to get the Greek yogurt, that's regular Greek yogurt. You want to get Greek yogurt that has a fat content in it. If you don't have this in your store, just Google Greek yogurt with fat content in it. This one has it has total fat 8G or 10%, saturated fat 5G, 25%. So this has a fat content in it I don't know how to figure it out. You guys can do that for me. Just make sure that it's not the watery yogurt. I know Dannon, Yoplait, some of the other ones, Fage, F-A-G-E, some of the other yogurts do have fat content, but the majority of the yogurt is going to say 0 fat because everybody's looking for that, weight loss yogurt. Guys, when I tell you, okay, so you do your bread, 2½ cups, 3 cups, you work with it, okay? 1 3/4 cups of yogurt, you kind of work with it, and you'll see the consistency in the video of the bread that you wanted. Now, what I did this time that I never did before, and I think that helped me tremendously, I let the bread sit covered for about an hour. I was planning on 30 minutes, but I got busy with something, so I let it sit for an hour. And I covered it with a nice kitchen towel, and I let it sit. Instead of cooking it directly in my cast iron skillet, I cooked it on parchment paper, because the under part, as you can tell, it always cooks much faster. But this one is not impeding or bothering the bread at all. I mean, it's just cooked a little bit more. And maybe that depends on where you put it in your oven, okay? But after 30 minutes, I brushed it with some butter. That's not considered an ingredient. That's just like whatever. It's not an ingredient. It's not in the butter. It's just, you know, I just brushed it to make it shiny and a little moisture on top. I brushed it with some butter at the 30-minute mark. Then I let it cook for 10 more minutes. And at the end of that 10 minutes, I brushed it with a little more butter. I let it sit for about 5 minutes on a cooling rack, and I'm telling you, woo, this bread is amazing, guys. If you're in a pinch or you want something different to go with any meal that you make, a soup, a stew, you can eat this with a spaghetti, you can eat this with anything. You can cut it and make a sandwich with this bread. It's so wonderful and soft. Look at that. I'm not going to keep going on and on. I could go on and on because I've worked so hard at getting the exact right recipe. I'm very proud of it, guys, and I hope you give it a try, and I hope you love it as much as I do. If you give it a try and you have any questions, hey, you know, just ask Granny, and if I possibly can, I will answer any and all comments, guys. But I'm in love with another 2-ingredient recipe, guys. So I hope I wanted to make the video short, but I want to make sure that I get everything in so that you don't miss anything, because I don't want you to spend your money on anything and it don't come out right. And I'm telling you, this recipe is it. This is the new and approved 2-ingredient bread recipe. I love you, my karma babies. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye now. I love you. Bye-bye.